Alright, FX Custom Rod, medium extra fast 7-2, Bruin Alliance Reel, and Rapala sinking jerkbait, slow sinking jerkbait. Bass are on the bed here, May 26, 2021, and there's been bass on the bed in this area since Valentine's Day, at least, off and on. I was surprised to see this particular pair right there. You probably can't see it. Right there. I was playing around with the jerkbait earlier out there and a frog, because that's like the only tree in the water. When I look down and saw this pair here. But I like to fish, if I'm going to fish a bed, I'll use a spot remover by Buckeye Lures. It doesn't matter what plastic I put on it. There's a small lizard, a finesse worm, whatever. The trick is to leave it in the bed. Just barely twitch it until you find the sweet spot and we'll pick it up. And that can be on braid. It doesn't matter. Water clarity doesn't matter. If you put that Buckeye spot remover with a small lizard in that, and you're patient enough, and you don't move it through there, then they'll pick it up. But I don't have any spot removers with me. But I do have this. I found this out by accident this year. I didn't even know that this jerkbait was a slow sinker, but it's a Rapala Shadow Rap Shad that is blue herring, I think. But they do not like it being in their bed. The only problem is being treble hooked, and this being one of those ponds with that nasty witch's hair grass. You have to clean the treble hook off every time. But there's a kind of Shadow Rap Deep 11. Maybe they sit in the Shadow Rap Shad. I don't know. I bought the wrong one. It's not what I wanted. But it does irritate them. Enough, you let it sink and find the right spot. Not throwing right on top of the bed. That's wrong. That doesn't work. Going out past the bed. And bring it in pretty quick and stop it. A lot of witch's hair grass there. I don't know if that fish is going to pick that thing up or not. But the trick is not to get on the 6, where the way you're looking at the bed. Don't get on the 6 o'clock side of the bed. If the fish is not even looking at the lure. It will start at the 12 o'clock position if you can, and be patient enough for it to sink down in the bed. And see it, I haven't gauged it right. It's a pretty deep bed, even though this is shallow water. See, I'm twitching it and picking up. So I've got to stop reeling in pretty quick. See the pine needles there? Reel in pretty quick and then stop it on the outside edge. Now, depending on the current or the wind, it'll just coast right into it to where you need it to be. But they should hit it, because I saw them running some brim off just a minute ago. She's out hanging out in the sunlight. I don't know if you can see it in that middle dot right there. I see her. And those black pine needles in the bottom of that bed. I can't see him with the shade here, even though I have polarized glasses on. I always look at it. Those are not eggs. It's some kind of sand. Now, if I pick up eggs, I'm gonna walk away. It's too late. It kind of takes the fun out of it for me. But this pond is overloaded with bass. Even though people say they're hard to catch, they are hard to catch. You can't put a boat in, and you can't fish with live bait because yeah, he didn't like that. He turned on it that time. But see, as soon as I twitched it, I pulled it out of the bed. I mean, you can fish with live bait, but the turtles are going to take it. The turtles over the years have gotten very smart here. And I've had them bite fishing line. They see the fishing line, they follow it down. Yeah, he picked it up that time. I don't know how he didn't get caught. Picked it up from the top, I guess. But I mean, I catch them on these beds in this pond, and I hope, especially when I see them like this, I'm thinking it's hard to gauge, hard for me to gauge how big a fish is in the water. But I'm thinking these are at least 2 pounds that are here. From my experience, the male's always half the size of the female, but they look equal in size, these two. It is late in the year for them to be mating. Check those trebles every time to make sure that there's no eggs on it.
Did you catching anything out there?
I missed one on the popper over there on the point earlier. Caught me by surprise.
Oh,
yeah.
Bass?
Yeah, largemouth bass, yes sir.
How much you think it weighed?
The one I missed was probably 1.5 pounds.
Oh, these some good fish to eat.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat them out of here. This is stagnant water. This is a retention pond. Even though it's called a lake, it's a retention pond. So the water doesn't flow. It's just runoff.
So you eat stuff out here may get you sick.
I'm not going to take the chance.
I wouldn't.
Yep. But what I was saying was you can catch 1.5 pounds. That's 3 bass. There's another bass in there, and he's trying to run that one off, or she is. She might come in and hit it. He turned pretty hard on it. And there's a brim coming through. So they're more distracted by that other bass. The other bass was about 1 pound that came through. Maybe, I don't know. But what I was saying was I don't mind catching them. It's not like I'm on Lake Murray and I'm doing damage to the population by messing up their breeding. There's too many bass in here, way too many. You can come out here with a Zoom trickworm if you like that kind of fishing. Yeah, she hit it that time while it was in the Zoom trickworm, finesse worm, something like that. Drop shot, Cinco, and you can catch 1 pound, 2.5 pound fish year round. And anyway, and if you walk around with polarized sunglasses certain times during the day in this lake, this little pond, you see, this year especially, you see a crazy amount of 12 to 14-inch bass, and those are, they should have been, half of those should, in my mind, should have already been eaten by other bass, or the cormorants. Look across the way there, those pine trees that are white, that's from the cormorant poop. That's how many cormorants roost here. Sometimes you come out here, there's 10 or 12 feeding together. There's always one feeding by himself. But alright, so I got one of them. I don't know which one it is. But if he gets off, it's fine with me, because like I said, he's on the bed. Got my drag set wrong, of course. Then get him in real quick. If I don't break my line. Yeah, he bumped it. He bumped it. He didn't even. Trying to talk real quick. He bumped it. He didn't even really. I don't know if you could see it. I wasn't moving it. It was still sinking down, and he bumped it. Or she. He. I'm thinking. Look at it. People that know more about it than I do. That's a he. A him. I'm gonna hurry up as quick as I can. I know the aquatic biologist says pretend like that's you underwater. As long as you can stand it, that's how long they can stand it. I don't know. I'm thinking 2 pounds. What do you think? Walk over here because if he bounces, I don't want him to hit over there. He's going to shake. 2.16. 2.16. Put him back. Let him go back. And she's on the bed. She just took. She's chasing. That's how quick though. That's how quick though that other fish come up on the bed. She was having to chase those brim off. But he's right back on the bed. I mean, I put him in the water, and he's back on the bed. I mean, he went from. You see that? He went from where I dropped him in, straight back over to the bed. So boring. I don't know. I'm in the shade. It's like 97 degrees today. There's nasty witch's hair grass everywhere that I wanted to use a jerkbait. I used the popper down the side of some of it, and was surprised over there, like I was telling that man on the other side. I was surprised over there, caught off guard when I finally did get a hit. Bass chasing brim. Where that bridge, see that bridge, from that bridge back to that corner over there, chasing brim. That was pretty cool to watch, but they weren't interested in any jerkbait I threw. They were chasing the 3-inch brim, I'm thinking. It's about how big they were. But taking another look at the pond, that long bridge over there is only about 3 feet of water coming off of it. But there's a grass line, or witch's hair grass line, whatever you call it, that's nasty algae. There's a, coming to the point here, there's a little bitty contour change where there'll be some of this crap in the water and then none. And in January, 2 years ago, 2 Januaries back, a guy caught a 10-pounder over there, weighed it, he made the lady take a picture and watch him weigh it, and he put it back. And then a friend of mine, Anthony, caught a 10-pounder this time last year over there. Was not fishing a bed. He just was throwing that black jerkworm out in the middle over there. Not very deep, but they do run, the bass run the bait fish in, and when they get them all balled up, they stay there for a couple of days. There's no reason for them to leave that area, even though it might get hot, water might get clear, as long as those brim are in there. But there's too many crappie in this pond. I mean, any crappie in the size pond like this is bad. But The crappie aren't very big here. They're just the size of your hand, but there's a bunch of them, and a bunch of small bass. But you can find the big bass. Anyway, back to the bed. Some people would have taken that male out, put him on a stringer over here, or over there, or in a live well, and then threw something in there to catch that female. But I've done enough damage. Okay, so this actually is easier than what I'm making it look like. I don't know if it's the current or the fact that it's such a small bed. I'm having an awful hard time hitting the target. I proved my point. I'm gonna let him throw it. Come on, buddy, throw it. It's okay if you throw it. Go ahead. If I break my line. Alright. There it is right there. In the lip. This part right here was where I swirled it. I did the figure eight just now to catch him. To go ahead and bring him up out of the water so he can get back to breathing. Alright. I'm gonna weigh him 2 pounds maybe. Alright buddy, say cheese.